welcome back. It has been a long time since I put a shoe review out. I'm so sorry. We've just been so busy and there's a lot going on here. We're in a rent house. We have a different backdrop here than our normal one where we sold our house. We're in a rent house, we're building another house. Everything is just so wild right now. But we're gonna backpedal all the way back to when I got these Metaspeed skies last summer of 2021. And I am now getting a review out there. We are in January of 2022, so sorry. But nevertheless, it's better late than never. So these are the new-ish now Metaspeed Sky. They're a pretty fun shoe. I have enjoyed running in them. I stick to lower mileage and speed shoes, just my personal needs. I just need a lot of cushion when I run distance. And I know I've had people reach out saying that they can run pretty far distance in these. And if that's you, that is so great. I think it just depends on the person. I just need a lot of cushion when I run. That's just something I need. So these are, I would say, they're in the same category as like the Hyperspeed and the Magic Speed, and these are the Metaspeed, but they differ in some ways. They are lighter than the Hyperspeed and the Magic Speed. So these come in at like 5.8 ounces, and the Hyperspeed's like 6.1, Magic Speed 6.8 ounces. So slightly lighter, not a ton lighter. Those other two shoes are super lightweight, so it's not like you're going from a chunky shoe to a really lightweight shoe. They're all very light. The Metaspeed Skies have a carbon plate, which I remember last summer, it was like people on Instagram were just raving about carbon plated shoes. And it's kind of funny because that's when these came out. It makes for a more of an efficient run. I'm not very well versed in carbon plated things and like why it's important, but I know it does make for a more efficient run. So if you're looking for a carbon plated ASICS running shoe, Metaspeed Sky has your carbon plate. So I like the cushion level. So it is a regular cushion level. So on the scale of minimum to maximum, it's right at the middle at regular, the same as Hyperspeed and Magic Speed. But it does feel just more cushiony when I wear them. And this thick bottom, I think, really helps. So that's nice. The lightweight material is so breathable when you're running. When you're doing speed workouts, I feel like, well, when you do speed workouts, you do get hotter because you're working harder and it's more intense, which is nice, especially in the summer. I'm in Texas, so lightweight, breathable is like golden here. So I have a Hyperspeed and a Magic Speed to just kind of compare them next to the Metaspeed. So we're gonna start with the this is the Magic Speed. So orange and orange. So Metaspeed's on top. This is the Metaspeed right here. This is the Hyperspeed. Very similar. I would say off of just like feeling them, the sole of the Metaspeed is just a little more squishier. The Magic Speed are also very comfy, so I'm not saying one is better than the other. They both have a pretty thick bottom, which is nice. They're both regular cushion level, very lightweight. The tread is very, very similar. They grip really well on surfaces, so you don't have to worry about slipping or anything like that when it's wet. They grip really well. The Metaspeed just has that carbon plate, and it's lighter than the Magic Speed. And then the same with the Hyperspeed. So the Hyperspeed I have is pink. So the sole is a little thicker to me in the Metaspeed than the Hyperspeed, just comparing the two next to each other. I'll say even walking around in the two, the Metaspeed seem more cushioned, even though they both are rated regular. That's just what it feels like to me. Same tread is very, very similar. The Metaspeed is lighter weight, but they're both really fantastic shoes. I just wanted to kind of show them next to each other. The Metaspeed is on the expensive end of running shoes. I would say average running shoe would be anywhere between 100 to 150. These are 250, and I think it's that carbon plate, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember seeing someone post about a different brand, like a Nike carbon plated shoe, and those were really expensive as well. So I assume that's why they're expensive, is the carbon plated feature. Something else that surprised me is the fit. So I normally size up if I'm I normally size up a half of a size. So if I'm at 8 in just regular shoes, I size up in running shoes 8.5, just to allow for my feet to swell and my toes don't hit the end of the shoes when I'm running distance. That's when you get blisters and lose your toenails, and it's really uncomfortable. So you want plenty of space to move around and swell without too much space to where you're slipping in your heel and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I would size up half a size. In these, I did get an 8.5, and I ended up needing a 9. So I sized up a whole size. So from an 8 all the way to a 9, and the 9s fit really well. So the 8.5 were really tight in the toe box, and just like the fit and in general, I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if anyone else there has that same experience, but I had to size up an extra half size. So I went from an 8.5 in all my ASICS shoes to the Metaspeed are the only ones I needed to size up to a 9. So something to think about if you're looking for a speed shoe, a quality speed shoe. The Metaspeed, the Hyperspeed, the Magispeed, those are all really great. The Metaspeed have that carbon plate. It's that cushiony sole. It's really lightweight, but do size up an extra half size if you are looking at the Metaspeed. So that's about all I have for the Metaspeed. They're a really great shoe. I hope you enjoy this and it helps you find your next pair of ASICS running shoes. I will come out with another video very shortly. I promise the gap won't be as long as it was this time. So thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.